Back to the computer. Oh my gosh, I'm such a nerd. Let's see if I got any new comments. Aw, man.
Bro is getting cooked in his own comment section, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really satisfying to see. Yeah, we're gonna talk about ImAllexx's again today, y'all, because there are new, well, they're not necessarily new, but they're new to me, and there's these, like, leaked voice chats, voice messages that he had sent to Alice, and it's actually really disturbing. If I had $1 for every time I had gave somebody the rundown, whether it's on the internet or offline, the rundown of the ImAllexx's and Alice situation, I could probably pay my rent for the next, 6 months. It's actually getting crazy at this point. But for those of you who aren't familiar with the ImAllexx's and Alice situation, basically what had happened, y'all, it's crazy. He was a really popular British commentary channel with, I think he had around 2 million whenever this whole thing started, and he dropped rapidly. So now he sits at about, I think, 1.8 mil. Don't know how he still has that number, but he was a really popular British commentary channel. That is until his ex-girlfriend came out and exposed him for being a total POS and basically abusing her in the relationship. And it's really bad, it's really sad. And yeah, a lot came out about him. We covered the Google Doc file, and not too long ago, we covered his response. He literally went off the internet, went dark, went MIA for 8 to 9 months, almost an entire year, and then came back with this 2-hour-long scripted-ass video. And the thing about that video is bro thought he cooked it the entire time. Like, he thought this was going to be, like, his saving grace video. He was going to drop it, everybody was going to swim and be on his side. But that wasn't the case at all. He actually really fumbled his response video. Now, not to take Alex's side by any means, I think that he absolutely was the aggressor in this situation. I think that Alex definitely was the one who was the abuser in the situation. I think the way that he treated Alice was completely 100% undoubtedly unacceptable. And, you know, she did her thing. She exposed him, and I'm really happy for her. I'm proud that she's made progress. And hopefully she's still in a healing place, even though after Alex's response, she did have to come back and address some things. But there is an audio clip that I want to look at in today's video, and if y'all remember how he's treated her in just the past videos, go back on my channel, y'all, and just find the older videos that we talked about, because it will give you all the context that you need if you're not familiar with the situation. But like I said, there is a voicemail or a voice message that was sent to her, and I want to take a look at it because it's absolutely giving me really creepy and scary vibes from Alex, and just goes to show how manipulative that he actually is. But before we get into it, ImAllexx's had ended up releasing this response video literally 11 days ago as I'm filming this today. Y'all can check the date in the description box down below. It'll tell you the date that it was uploaded. He uploaded his response 11 days ago, like I said, after being gone for 8 to 9 months off of the internet, had a long time to prepare his response, and it was bad, but he now feels like since he responded, he can just pop back onto the internet and just continue like nothing ever happened, and the response is really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie, when I seen that he had came back to the internet, I felt like Mr. Krabs.
So, my eyes are correct!
What we're going to be doing in today's video is getting to the responses of people who have a lot to say about him just trying to come back to the internet after that terrible addressing of everything. Not just that, though. I want to look and take a listen to this leaked audio from Alice, and like I said, it gives me really scary, creepy vibes, so let's get right into that.
Wait to send this, and I know that you're listening to the other stuff. I just feel like some of it may be undermined or, you know, not come across as genuine because of the crying or whatever. Although, you know, I'm very upset. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm not. Like, I am. Like, I hurt you a lot. And, yeah, it's not acceptable. And, I know it started early. The thing is, I wanted you to be obsessed with me, and I used you, as in stuff that you said, to act out and to be horrible. And I've used stuff that you've said as an excuse to harass you. You know, when you posted stuff about, like, I want someone to be obsessed with me, I want somebody to never give up. I've told myself every time I've messaged you that I'm just not giving up on her. But that's like if we had an argument and we broke up, not like if I was continuously like fucking just downright, at worst horrible, but at best uncaring for you for months. Like I just got really petty. I just felt like that, she doesn't kiss me back. She doesn't really want to fix things. I made so many excuses. I was just being a really big fucking weirdo. Just putting so much focus on, making you start a YouTube channel so that like you'd have money and I would get angry at you and I would say like, oh, you aren't trying to improve your life. And I was projecting my own insecurities onto you when all you wanted to do was see me change. You didn't care about any of that. You just wanted me to be a better boyfriend. And I didn't. God, this is pathetic. I'm so sorry. I just can't put into words how regretful I am that I made you leave your house. I've only realised how much I must have hurt you. I acted like when you left that it was because you didn't care. But now I realise that it was the strongest thing and it was the hardest thing for you to do because it must have been so hard for you. Because I know how I feel now, and it can't be half as bad as what you feel. I tried to do things to make it seem like, to test you, and I put you through so much shit for my own insecurity and inability to admit that I had pushed you so far, and I didn't want to admit it, and I refused to do it, and I made it worse and worse and worse. And then I tried to distract myself with fucking stupid bullshit. I want to spend every minute now trying to make it up to you of my life. I want to dedicate my life to you, and I had the chance. I had you. You were by my side. You were laid in my bed, and I didn't.
Now, what he said in that voicemail or voice message to her is completely opposite of what he had said in his response video. I took some notes because he said a lot and I wanted to address everything that he said that caught my attention, which is quite literally every other line, because it's extremely contradictory to what he had said in his response video. Now, when he came back with that video, he really put a lot of blame on Alice, made it seem like she was the one who started all of this. He did say he was diagnosed with BPD, so that did stem some of the arguments, but he really made it seem like Alice was the root of the issue. He did say he did some things regrettably, but honest to God, it was like, just in my opinion, he was trying to shift blame to Alice, making it look like, oh, I did lash out, but it's because she did this. It's because she said this. It's because she was ignoring me, or she wouldn't let me sleep in our own bed, even though there is voice clips of him saying he doesn't want to sleep in the bed with her because he can't stand her face. There's just a lot of things that he says that's it's contradicting to what he said prior. Now, in the beginning half, I'm going to go over from the beginning to the end of, like, the notes that I've taken from that voice message he sent to her. And he said how he hurt her a lot and how it's not acceptable, his behavior, how he wanted her to be obsessed with him, used to act out and be horrible, used stuff that she said as an excuse to harass her, which not even in the slightest bit acceptable. Something else that caught my attention is how he said that at worst he was horrible, but at best uncaring for months, which also is contradictory to what he had said in his response video, because he made it seem like he always went above and beyond and just tried his best to fix the relationship, and Alice was the one who never did anything to fix anything. Playing off of the point that we just talked about there, something else that he said literally immediately after, quote unquote, she doesn't want to fix things, but saying that was an excuse that he made along with so many other because he was projecting his own insecurities to her. Also admitted to being a weirdo, which, at least he has self-awareness in that aspect. But then also admitted that all she wanted was to see him change and be better, but he didn't. And then saying how he's regretful of everything. He was also saying that he was upset that he made her leave her house and said how hard it must have been for her. Says that he knows how he feels now in the situation, but how he is feeling comparatively isn't half as hard as what she had to go through and what she felt. He then went on to wrap it up and say how he pretty much just wants to dedicate his life to her and do everything he can moving forward to make it up to her and to be better, and was like, well, I even had you and you was in my bed and I wasn't better, I didn't do better. He's literally like a broken record. And I just want to say very briefly, I feel like I don't even think that was genuine. I don't think that whole voice message of him wanting to change and wanting to do better and wanting to treat her better was real. I think that was possibly a manipulative tactic to bring her back to him so that he can continue his behavior and just not really take accountability. I feel like all he was doing with that message was telling her the things that he thinks she wants to hear. It's so like Jekyll and Hyde almost, because there's that voice message of him where it seemingly is like he genuinely feels bad, genuinely wants to do better, but the Jekyll and Hyde aspect of it is this next voice clip here. Let's take a listen.
What the fuck are you doing? Fucking leave me alone. Seriously, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. Like, but fucking leave me alone. This is not fucking cool, and I fucking don't like this. This is not fucking okay. Stay the fuck away from me.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You know, I'm really goofy and like regular. I don't like to be like, hi guys, so da-da-da-da. Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee. And I was going to get employee of the month. And that's on period. So yeah. But that's not who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I feel like Alex is a POS at the end of the day. I feel like he's manipulative. I feel like everything that he does is performative. I don't think that he's genuine. Even in that response video, you know what, I watched this one channel, Tamimi, and she ended up breaking down that response video, and it was incredible, and it really did make it seem like Alex was the one who was plotting to manipulate Alice at some point, and how he claimed it was vice versa. He claimed that Alice was the one who was doing this to him and building up this Google Doc file for months. But Alex was quite literally screenshotting away seconds after tweets were made, and I'm going to be linking her video in the description box down below because, like I said, she broke down his response video incredibly. I just feel like, you know, allegedly everything that he says is a lie. He does it to put on a performance like he was a good boyfriend, like he did this, like he tried. Was like, yeah, I did some things wrong, but it was pretty much out of spite and in response to what she was doing. She was the aggressor, da-da-da. But then in that voice clip we just listened to, he's admitting, like, he's the weirdo. He was upset and he hurt her a lot and was projecting his own insecurities onto her, and it's crazy. It's insane. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. I don't want to like drag it out for too long. I just really wanted to talk about this because him saying how he just wanted her to be obsessed with him, I don't know. It's not a good look. It's not a good vibe. He needs therapy. He needs to get back off of the internet. Oh yeah, but before we go, let's look at people's responses to him actually coming back to the internet. Your career is over, just accept it. The reason people are upset about you is that you still think that you have a place here. Title should be Alex doesn't take a hint and continues posting. Somebody else said, I don't think I've ever seen a person be as delusional as Alex is. Y'all, someone else said, I'd feel safer in a room alone with Jojo Siwa than I would with you. And this is because his video that he had uploaded was about Jojo Siwa. Somebody else said, never let him forget, keep reminding him. Now, how I feel about it, just to wrap up the video, I feel like if Alex wants to have any chance of saving his, not his reputation, that's out the window, not his dignity, because that, you know, that kicked the rocks too, but just any chance of using YouTube to continue to pay his bills, he needs to go to therapy, one. He needs to actually do a real apology to Alice. He needs to just own his shit and be like, yeah, I was a terrible person. I suck at the end of the day. It is what it is. I want to apologize for it. I'm going to go to therapy, get medication. He says that he was diagnosed with BPD. Granted, even if he would go to therapy, get the medication, apologize for real, you know, everybody has their minds made up on him. It's not going to change anybody's minds. We're still going to feel how we feel at the end of the day, but it would be a step. It would be a step in a direction. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions about anything we just discussed in today's video in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next damn video. Alright, bye.